All right, day 3 of becoming a credit stacking expert. So, have been spending a lot of time just planning things out. The legal, I guess, legal counsel, whatever they call themselves, the service, they call Anderson Advisors. They have given me a map of all of my entities and how my entire corporate structure. So as different entities become vacant, I'm going to start pulling these into the credit stacking game. One of the biggest questions, or I've had a couple major questions answered. One of them was I thought that utilization on credit cards mattered on LLCs, and it doesn't as long as they're not tied to your personal credit. So with Fund and Grow, I had sole proprietorships created, which use not only my EIN but also my social security number. So those act just like personal credit. So when you have high utilization on one card, it hurts your personal uh, personal FICO score. So that's a big mistake that I did not know about. Um, Typically, I think the threshold is anything above 70 to 75% is considered maxed out. So you want to be careful with the type of entity that you're using. So for me, I am all of the $350,000 that we have in credit limit on sole proprietorships is gonna be used very carefully. Like I cannot carry high balances on them. So chat basically says to hold on to them, keep them at 0%, keep them at 0% utilization. If I do have to use them, I'm basically using that as a staging area. So I move balances in and then I quickly move them out. So that's not ideal, but at least it's good to know. So on the other, I've also created this. I'm looking at this table that I've created, which has the entity, the card product, the last four of the card number, the limit used remaining, and then utilization. Also, which cards these report to, when they were opened, percentage, when the 0% ends, the date, and then when I applied, and then now I'm going to start including or start populating when I can start applying again to for the same product, because yesterday when I applied for the Wells Fargo one, they approved really quickly, and then I figured if I use a different entity, I could get the same card, but not the case. So you have to stagger these things. You can't just blast them all at once through the same card company. So we also have dates for credit limit increases, and every single brand or company has a different one. So like American Express has 91 days from the approval or last credit limit increase. Chase has 6 months. Bank of America is 60 to 90 to 120 days. Capital One 6 months, and so on, right? And then we also have a schedule of when you can open them, when you can open these cards, which I did not put on this table. But so it's basically you have to keep track of not only when you open them, when you can open a new one, when you can increase the credit limits. So it's a huge game. And then on top of that, I have all these different entities. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entities, 8 entities that I'm going to be playing around with. So it's like a massive undertaking that I just am not. I need to make sure that everything stays organized. So I think the biggest things I learned yesterday was you can have high limits on business related credit cards as long as it's not tied to your social, and you can still apply for new credit cards. So then you don't have to move balances from one company to another. So let's just say for management, I have 90% utilization on a card. I can still apply for another credit card, and I'm not going to get dinged because I have 90%, essentially a max out credit card under that same company. But if I use a sole proprietorship, they're going to ding me both on my FICO score and just my overall utilization. So sole proprietorships, no go. LLCs are the way to go. So that's what I've learned so far and how I'm organizing everything. Still messing with conditional formatting, and Another thing to note is if you're going to have this large database of credit cards, if you're using Microsoft Excel, they have Copilot attached, which is just their version of AI. So I was having issues with conditional formatting, and it told me how to do it. But you can also use it to analyze your data and just ask it questions. I'm pretty sure, at least. So as I dig into this more, I will give more updates. Thanks for watching.